Welcome back to a hot and sunny Croatia. Now, I've not posted a video for 2 weeks. My son, his wife and my granddaughter came to visit for a week, so I took a bit of time off working in the house, borrowed a friend's boat, and we had some fun. Took it out, the son went swimming in the water, it was too cold for me. Granddaughter seemed to enjoy herself on the boat, and it was great. They've gone home now, so it's back to work in the house. And last week I built this wooden muck staircase up for the first 5 flights, so this time it was time to make it out of steel. Now, I'm not doing any measuring or any calculations or plans or anything. I'm just using what I've got as a template and just mainly offering up the steel, marking what I think needs to be marked, and cutting it, welding it together, mostly spot welding, and this is just making it up as I go along. Now, a lot of the time I'd put something in position, I'd stand back, I'd look at it, and I'd think, okay, what's the next step? Will that work? What do I need to keep it up? Will it be strong enough? I just go through all these questions in my mind. A lot of the time I do spend just looking and thinking about how I'm going to do this and what I'm going to do. I find it easier to do it as I'm working rather than sit beforehand and do it on paper, because you can write plans, you can do it on paperwork, and it doesn't throw up the problems that you come across. When you're actually doing something, then you find out the problems, you come up with a solution, and you move forwards. Once I got the angle bracket in, I got it where I wanted it, I put a small little leg on the front. Welded a leg on the back of it. Figured that'd be strong enough because a lot of the weight's going down to the floor rather than hanging on a wall bracket. But then I put the middle leg in just as an extra support piece. What I do is I tack weld it in position, lift it off, and put stronger tack welds down on the floor. And then afterwards I take it home and weld it all up at home. So as I'm stood looking at it, I'm wondering if it's going to be strong enough with those legs. So what I thought I'd better do is put a piece of angle line across the bottom to hold it all together, which I can actually bolt to the floor, and that piece will be hidden anyway when I put in the laminate flooring. Once I got the side just how I wanted it, it was time to tackle the other side. Now, to do that, I needed the post in position. I made up a metal bracket that will hold it in position and also support the floor I'm going to put on top of this bracket. So it was getting them there on a very dodgy ladder on a very hot day, and just work that and get it in position. Once I got it where I wanted it and I was happy with it, it was put the post where it needed to be. Now this will eventually be screwed in with engineer screws and secured firmly, but for now I'm just going to put a strap on it just to keep it there. I don't want to keep putting screws in and out of it all the time, so when I fix it, it'll go into fresh wood and hold it nice and tight. So with the post in position, the left hand side of the stairway steelwork done, that little pile of steel below the post, I welded that together and made the bottom section for the 2 steps on that side. Get everything together, I took it home, I welded it up together at home properly, ground it all down, tidied it all up, give it a coat of paint, which should have been black, turned out to be grey. That's because I can't speak Croatian.
So that's the side that I made. Got to the first 5 steps. The right hand side will be screwed to the post. And this post's got to be levelled up first, just for now. I've put these markings on here for the next steps. What I'll do is I'll put a corner bracket attached to the wall and this steel up and down and a weld to either side, and that way I don't have to keep drilling those holes in the wall. But that one's got to be really secure up there, so what I'll do next is mark out where that's going to be, hopefully without falling down the stairs.
This section didn't have a wooden mock-up, so what you see is me literally making it up as I go along. I put tape on the walls to mark out where the steps will roughly be, and then it's a case of work out how I'm going to get these brackets on the wall without screwing into the stonework. What I'm doing here is marking out the height of this step in the corner, and I've used that laser level to give me a level across to mark off. I'm a bit precariously balanced here. I'm actually on a beam with a fall directly below me down some steps, which is not the best position to be in. So eventually I put a ladder across, drilled out the holes for the bracket. These started off as 6mm, but eventually will be 11mm holes, and I'm going to put in some M10 threaded bar. I use an epoxy adhesive as well just to hold me in position, same as they done on the ground floor. So once that bracket was on the wall, I could work out the angle of the next one. Now this has got to sit right so that each step is welded at the centre of the step, so there's not too much leverage as you're walking down it. As always, offer it up, mark it, cut it, offer it up, mark it again, cut a bit more if I need to, just bit by bit, then it was tack welded in position. The left side's just resting on that bracket. I'm not going to weld that yet because that'll be done last. So I just welded it on the right hand side bracket so I can take it away, take it home, grind it all up, weld it properly and get it sorted. So I took everything home, sorted out this next level of stairs, welded each step in. I managed to rig up a jig to keep it all level going by the bottom step. Then the next 2-3 steps I think I put in after that, I could get them level and work my way up. Don't worry, the dog doesn't see the flash of the weld. Not only am I between him and the weld, between him and me there's a chair with a cover on it, so he's not affected by that welding flash whatsoever. I've marked the top and the bottom step at the house. The next stage was to fit in the next 3 steps. Now the top step was a bit difficult because I had a bracket to work round.
Here's a problem. I've got a step here, so when this goes on, there's a gap. You can see that gap. So I can either weld a piece of steel on there, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut that piece out and slot it in. See how that works.
So I've finally got the last pieces in. Not as bad as I thought actually. I quite enjoy doing this. If it's something difficult and technical, I enjoy it more than just something like painting. I find it really mundane. So they all welded together. I actually made the third section as well, and then I painted it all, and then took it back to the house and put the 3 sections that I built up the wall. And as you can see, it looks alright. Looks like it might work. So after a lot of measuring, a lot of cutting and welding, steelwork's all finally taken shape. Next week I'll get everything into position, painted, and hopefully for the first time I'll actually be able to walk up the stairs.